Great evening, everyone, and welcome back to Evolve. I am so excited. It's been weeks since I've done a live, so I'm extremely excited. So before I continue, let me bring in my beautiful co-host, Damaris Samolinsky. Please welcome her, and there she is. Welcome, Damaris.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, Alex. How are you?
I'm excited. It's been like I think 3 weeks now since I've done a live.
Ah,
So it's been some time.
really?
There's a lot of things going on, but excited to be back. So Damaris, before we start, if you don't mind, introducing yourself, letting us know for those who might be new to the show, who Damaris Samolinsky is.
So I'm a I'm going to say a spiritual life coach. I'm an interfaith minister and a reverend. And what does that mean really? It's really being a spiritual life coach, helping people understand life through the spiritual perspective so that they can find the answers, they can find the healing, and then they can move forward in their life instead of being stuck. And I mean stuck where you feel like you're on a stationary bike, right? Because you're moving, but you're not really getting anywhere. So it's usually, they say, in order to get out of the chaos or in order to get out of the where we find ourselves, we have to go in. And so that's spirituality, really, when you go in and you find the answers within. So that's what I
Absolutely.
do.
And you do a wonderful job. I think everyone that knows you is hands down, they agree with me. So Damaris, thank you for doing this
Oh,
segment with
thank
me.
you.
So let me, for those who might
You're
be new to
welcome.
the
Thank you
show,
for having it.
no, I love it. I enjoy this segment. Okay. I enjoy it. So let me send a couple of shout outs. Ada, Pilar, Oneida, Ronan, Judy, they are all tuned in. Patita Caliente, Pilar Delgado is with us. So what I'm going to ask is before we continue is to hit that share button, say hello if you haven't done so already. And in the meantime, I am going to introduce yours truly here. My name is Alexandra Velez. I am the president and founder of Flutterflies, and we've been doing these segments, all the Flutterfly segments since COVID. Right, we were pushed into doing this. We had to face our fears, do something different in order to
Yeah,
continue embracing, the community. So we definitely enjoy this, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be back tonight. So let's start with, Evolve is definitely a segment where we want you to interact. We want to hear from you. You don't always have to agree, but we keep it respectful because everybody is entitled to their opinion. We're all
of course.
unique. So this is what this segment's all about. We want to hear what you have to say. So let's start with, I think we should start with the mantra. Damaris, what do you think?
Okay. Yeah, that will set the mood.
So this mantra is, let me tell you, I always believe that things happen for a reason, right? And I've been going through, there's been a lot of changes. I think we're all going through all these changes. We
Yeah.
want to complete things before we hit the new year. And there's a
Yep.
lot of wonderful things going on. However, sometimes I feel overwhelmed. And regardless of things going so well, sometimes I just want to be like, oh, I can't do this. It's so much work. How do I get that balance? And this mantra hits the spot. Yesterday, I'll share something really quick. Yesterday, I met with Astrid. We met in the morning. We were chatting and we were both vibrating at the same level. She's going exactly through what I'm going through. So I always say we bump into people, people come into our lives for a reason. So this is how this mantra
Absolutely.
it says, be still and know. Quiet truths are hard to discover in loud spaces and with thoughts. Be still and patient with yourself and with everything that life may bring. Because being still enables you to know. Know that there is a higher power that is always there for you. Always there for you. I am still, therefore I know that all is well with my soul. So the action is telling you, this mantra is asking you to do is take time to be still. Look within and listen. Allow things to happen at their own time. For my Aries friends, things go at its own time. Stillness is the path to serenity. Be still, breathe, let go, and trust. Believe, belief in brighter times is what guides us through the dark. So, Damaris, your thoughts about that
I
mantra?
love that. And when you sent me what your topic was going to be, like be still, and you said about the mantra, I thought about that whole thing. It's really wonderful. And yes, we all actually, not both, all of us need to pray and meditate. So prayer is you talking to God, and meditation is God speaking to you. So that's where that comes from, which is really meditation. When you're still, you're listening to that still voice inside of you. Sometimes I do a meditation where I just listen to my breath and listen to all the noises that are out there, within my heartbeat, within my own breath, within my house. Usually I do it when nobody's home, and usually I also listen to the noises outside, the wind, the cars. And you'll be surprised how much noise how much noise is out there. Like when we're not being still, we don't hear all those noises. But when you're meditating, it is really loud. The noises, there's so many noises out there, the birds, the cars, the horns, this, the that, is a lot. So I love that. Being still is actually also your intuitive side, your intuition. Because when you hear those messages, when you channel, when you have a download, something that you get like all of a sudden, an epiphany, which is a download or a channeling, you take that and then you use the other energy, which is the masculine energy, which is going to be my topic tonight, which is, it goes hand in hand with your topic. I chose that because actually you need the masculine energy to push forward and to take your goals to the next level. Without that energy, you can't. And so that's going to be my topic tonight.
And let me tell you, we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to enjoy. We're going to have a good time together. We're going to ask questions. I
Yes.
want to hear, if you're on, number one, thank you for joining us. Number two, be sure to hit that share button. And number three, let us know what you think about today's mantra, about being still and know. It is so important to take that time out, to put yourself into timeout. Let's put it like that. And
Yeah.
sometimes, let me tell you, I definitely need it. People are not telling me directly. And one of the part of the conversation I had with Asher was we have to find that balance, right? Especially, we have, some of us have younger children,
Yep.
children, that need from us. Even when they're older, they need time with mom, dad, with family, but especially when they're younger. So I still have almost an out of high school child. And I realized, like, I work all the time. And she said it to me the other day, you're always working. So I have to find that
So,
balance.
so, so your energy is more masculine, and it doesn't have to be male. It's masculine. It means that you're always taking action, always doing, always moving around, always going here or there. That's a masculine energy, and so you need to balance it more with the feminine energy, where you're being still, and being in meditation and being in prayer, and that's how you balance both of them. So you can't have one without the other, and you can neglect one. It's almost like I do astrology, right? And when I do an astrology reading, I always look at the past life of someone. And a lot of people may have a problem with that, and that's okay. But, the soul is a continuation. It doesn't have a beginning or ending. The soul never dies, right? So when I look at someone's past life and I'm like, well, you neglected your home, or you neglected to take action in this life, then they have to do that, right? So what happens is whatever we don't balance in this life, we're going to take to the next, and then we're going to have to balance it then. So it's better that we do it now, and it's the same thing with me. Like, I was more into the feminine energy, but I also have to take the action, and I also have to utilize the masculine energy, which I really wasn't, and I have been lately. Because if you don't, then you don't get your goals, you don't pursue your goals, you don't accomplish your mission here on earth. And so, I have to balance that masculine energy. Again, masculine and feminine energy has nothing to do with gender. It's just an energy. So I just wanted to clear that up.
Beautiful. So, like I mentioned, we're going to have a lot of interaction. So, we're going to play a little game. So, what I want to know is who wants to play just put yes, I want to play, and I'm gonna be doing some random questions, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Believe me, it's not nothing crazy. You're not gonna be tested. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But in the meantime, before we go into those birthday shout outs, I want to send a hello to Ada, still with us, Maria Teresa Romero. Felicidades with her new organizations, Latina
Yes.
Sister Support. Also, Indu is with us,
Congrats.
out with her beautiful metal club in Port Jefferson. Elvin Fuentes from Maloney Funeral, thank you for joining us. And let me tell you, Elvin invited me to a beautiful gala about a month ago. I want to say 3-4 weeks ago. It was beautiful. I thank you, Elvin. I got to meet some new people. I sat with the most beautiful people you can think about. I lucked out because sometimes you get nervous, like, who am I
Oh,
going to sit with?
nice. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. So thank you, Elvin. Of course, we also have Ronan with us, Pedro Santos, Victoria, saluditos. Thank you for joining us. So let's go into those
Yes.
birthday celebrations. We have a very special
Yay.
birthday coming up. We want to send a huge
Yes.
shout out to Miss Ada Peugeot. Happy
Ada.
early birthday
Happy
to you.
birthday.
Enjoy that month. And of course, earlier in the month, I had my daughter turning 17. Look how time flies. 17.
It's going to
We
go quickly.
Yes, we had Liz Flores, also part of the Flutterflies board. I know Rebecca Damaris, you mentioned she's going to
Yeah,
be
Rebecca's
celebrating
birthday's
soon.
coming up.
And
Yep, on
then,
the 27th, I believe. And then Bella, my granddaughter, is going to have a birthday on the 28th.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And whoever else is on, if you are celebrating a birthday, you're celebrating life. That's what we want you to do. Celebrate life, continue celebrating, embrace those years. You are still blessed to be here.
Yes.
Yes, we're getting older. But let me tell you, that number, it is definitely a state of mind. Continue having that young heart because that is definitely going to help. Okay, so Ms. Damaris, anything special, anything exciting going on in your life right now that you want to share? Any events coming?
Well, yes, there's an event coming up this Sunday around 7:30, I believe. I think it's around 7:30. Andres invited me to be on his podcast where he's also doing a masculine energy where he has a lot of men. I don't know how many there are. He has an event on Saturday and
Yeah,
Sunday, speaking about the masculine energy and speaking about, their role in life. And so he invited me to be on the show. So I'm going to be on the show on Sunday around 7:30, I believe. I think that's my time. But I'm so excited to be a part of that. I don't know how many other women are going to be on the show, but I know I'm going to be on the show. So I'm excited to be a part of it. And we're going to talk more about that, masculine energy. I'm going to talk a little bit about it tonight, but in his show, I'm going to be talking about it in depth. So I'm excited
beautiful.
about that.
Beautiful. So I know that's going to be incredible. That is this weekend. Please turn on. I believe it's through Revive in on Facebook, and I will definitely make sure to share
Yeah,
that
Hector is going to be
birthday.
on. Fajardo. Hector Fajardo is
Yes,
going to be
Hector,
on.
part
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
Wings of
And
Empowerment Board. He is our
yes,
secretary. He is amazing. So I look forward to watching that. And I know there's going to be some other gentlemen
yes,
very well known in the
yes.
community. So we're very
A
excited.
lot of good
So
topics. A lot of good topics.
beautiful. So, Damaris, I have here Elvin Fuentes asking, what is that masculine energy? And I know that's your topic for today. So, we're going to go into that
Yeah.
very, very shortly. So, before we do that, I want to share before we go into the games. I know Indu says she wants to play. These are random questions. I don't even remember what's on these papers, to be honest with you. And there's a whole bunch of them. I'm picking only 5, and they're all numbered. So, Indu, get ready. Let me know if there's somebody else to play. And Damaris, you're automatically playing, just so you know. You're
Okay.
automatically playing. So I
All
want
right.
to share. I want to share there are a few events coming up. If you are available tomorrow night, join us for our annual potluck. Thanksgiving potluck is going to be held in Brentwood at Adelante. A potluck is where everybody brings something to share. We all gather and we eat as a big family. So that is tomorrow at 6 p.m. Also, mark your calendars. December 11th, we have our holiday celebration. Our second annual celebration. It starts at 6 p.m. Also at Adelante in Brentwood. And let me tell you, this is the last time we had it was pre-COVID. We had a blast. We have a coquito contest, and no, coquito is not nutmeg, eggnog. Okay, no, it's different, but it's similar, but it's different. We have a competition, so if you have the best coquito, join the contest. We also are going to start an ugly sweater contest. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. There's gonna be some tabling, music, some food. It is a blast. Please, there's no fee to enter. So please join us on the 14th, possibly the 15th. I'm going to confirm the dates by Friday. We're going to have the Flutterflies magazine launch. We are so
That's
excited.
exciting.
Yes. So please, again, that's going to be at Adelante in Brentwood. There is no fee to join us. So please consider joining us. Mark your calendars. And
I'll be there for both events because the
beautiful.
Christmas one is awesome. I enjoy it with the
Yeah.
coquito contest, and
Let me
I
you
really
get
like that
to taste
event.
all the coquitos. So let me tell you, you're gonna have a nice time. And I am happy to announce March 27th, we're gonna have our empowerment luncheon. So all that information is going to be shared. So I'm gonna start with the game. So Indu, are you still with me? Let me know if you are. Pick a number from
No, no other body playing, nobody else.
let's see. Let's see. I think that they might be a little scared. Let me tell you. The questions are very simple. You guys are going to want to play. So, Indu, pick a number from 1 through 5. If somebody else wants to play, all you have to do is pick a number from 1 through 5. So, in the meantime, Damaris, I'm going to give you first pick. What's the
I'm
number?
gonna say number 3.
Number 3. Okay. And this is, you see, these are all random questions. These are like icebreaker questions, okay? And some of them are a little
Okay.
more heartfelt than others, and some of them are silly, like this one. What is the weirdest thing that you have ever eaten?
The weirdest thing. Wow. I got to think about that one for a second.
So think about it. We'll give you 10 seconds, Damaris. In the meantime, I see Ada wants to play. So Ada, pick a number, except number 3. Don't pick number 3.
Hmm.
You have 1, 2, 4, 5. If somebody else wants to play, be my guest.
I I think I got my answer. It was a seafood platter. I'm not really into seafood, but I went one time to a restaurant where it was like a seafood restaurant, and there was like a paella, and there was different things, squid, and God knows what.
Oh, that's
So
nothing,
yeah,
Damaris. Ada
yeah, no, I don't.
says frog legs. Okay, that I tried it on a cruise just to say I tried it. Not my thing. Not my thing. So I'm gonna jump to Ada. Yes, to Ada. So Ada, this is your question. This is really nice. If you can have any celebrity for dinner, who would it be and why? And Miss Ada, you better not pick who I'm thinking because we're gonna fight. So if you could have any celebrity over for dinner, who would that person be? So we'll give Ada, because there is a delay when we do this on, on live. So we'll
Yeah.
give Ada just a moment to share. Um, so I'm very excited. There's a lot of November, December are extremely, extremely busy. So in the
Yeah.
meantime, if anybody wants to share, I'm seeing Ada's response. If anybody wants to share of a community event coming up, anything special coming up, please let us know. I know Legislator Gonzalez is also going to have his Christmas spectacular this year. So That should be a lot of fun. I can't remember the date off the top of my head, but that should be fun. So we're going to go into that topic, Damaris's topic today. So before we do, Ada responded her celebrity, and I warned her not to
Who?
say this person, Mark Anthony, so he can sing to me like always. So we have this love hate
Yes.
relationship, Ada and I, when it comes to Mark Anthony. So I love his
But
music.
everybody loves Mark Anthony, Alex.
Me
You
encanta.
got to share the man. You got to share the man.
I I don't share. I don't share my men. Okay, I don't share. But those are the random questions. Let me see here. Okay, I'm trying to see all the comments, and if I missed you, I do apologize. So, Damaris, share with us,
Yes.
what is that masculine energy?
Energy. Okay. So, I'm going to start with the Spanish culture in a way, right? So the Spanish culture, right? What the Spanish culture did was literally take away, let's say, the feminine energy away from, let's say, the males, right? So let's say, I'll give you an example. So when males used to cry, oh, that's sissy, you're a sissy, you don't cry, guys don't cry, boys don't cry. So they took away the feminine energy. And what happens is that masculine energy became very aggressive to the point where it became warlike, and aggressive to the point where you say throw people under the bus. Let's say that it's a really harsh energy when it's really when you're not balancing it. What we need to do is really bring the divine masculine. The divine masculine is when the energy of taking action, of the protector, of the provider, let's say, for example, has that feminine energy as well, where it's compassionate at the same time, where it's loving, where it's caring, but yet is a protector. It's like, don't mess with my family. You know what I mean? It's like, that masculine energy is really the energy that also takes action, that says, okay, I have to go out and work and provide, or I have to create this goal, or I have to do this. And it's literally that energy that you're going to go out and do it. It has a desire that is going to achieve its goals. And so the feminine energy is more intuitive, is more meditative, is more like, just a receiver, is compassionate, is nursing, is motherly. The masculine is not, but at the same time, the masculine can be too aggressive. It can't be too warlike, because then we get what we have now in the world, right? We get you know people that are fighting all the time. It's this, bickering, is this competitiveness. When you're in a spiritual place, there is no competition. Why? Because you see, let's say, for example, I'll use you for example. You have your gifts, and I admire your gifts, and I have mine, and I shouldn't try to be you, and you shouldn't try to be me. So it's like, excuse me. So for me, like, I see that you're always, active in the community and going out and connecting people. I see you as a connector. So for me, I'm different. I'm all in my spirituality, right? So it's about using each other's gifts and not be competitive, not be, stepping on each other's toes, for example. So that's that masculine energy when it's really aggressive, when it's really, competitive. Again, in spiritual reality, there is no competition, because we all notice our gifts, and we all share the gifts together, and we all utilize each other's gifts to complete something. So, like, if let's say Ada is very creative. Okay, let's use Ada for this creativity. Let's use this person for that. You know what I mean? We look for each other's gifts, and then we share the gifts together, and that's when we have a balance, and that's when we have the masculine energy and the feminine energy working hand in hand, working together to accomplish a goal, to pursue something, to to fulfill our purpose on earth. And so we need the masculine. We definitely we do. Right now, the way the world is, it's like we're having a lot of challenges, and then you have people that will sit back and just watch it, and then you have people that fight back. I feel that the masculine energy right now needs to stand up. I read something the other day that says we're not waking up the sheep, we're waking up the lions. And I love that. And I was like, wow, that really resonated with me because the sheep will never wake up. They will be sleeping. And the lions have to get up and roar and say no. You know, we're sovereign, we're sovereign people, and we cannot give away our liberties just like that. You know, we're gonna have to fight for it. And so when there's a time to fight, then that masculine energy has to be aggressive. But sometimes there is no time to fight, and that masculine energy is very aggressive. So we have to learn how to balance when we need to be aggressive and when we don't. And so it's all about balance. I feel that right now, the masculine energy really needs to roar. It needs to become that lion because of everything that we're experiencing globally. And so I feel that also women need to, you know, sort of like raise that vibration of that masculine energy within themselves and speak up for themselves and take action for themselves and do what they need to do, otherwise get stuck. And so the, you know, the masculine energy was not a divine energy all of these years. It was just an aggressive masculine energy. Now it needs to become the divine masculine, which you have God before you, and you say to yourself, yeah, I can't, you know, I can't step on your toes just for me to get ahead. I need to work with you, and together we can get ahead. Right. And so that's the divine masculine energy where we're taking action, respecting each other, but also not crossing boundaries, so to speak.
Right.
And we all need to awaken that masculine energy because it's either fight or flight. And where we're going to flight to, where we're going to go when it's a global thing, right? Where are you going to hide? And so we have no other choice but to fight. And I don't mean fight like killing each other. That's not what I mean. I mean fight like, no, I'm standing up for me, for my rights. And that's what I'm talking about.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I love how you mentioned we all have our gifts, right? And we all have our
Yes.
unique time to shine. So there's no reason
Yes.
why to be backstabbing, all this competition. And I know sometimes we may, take a minute and be like, "Oh, why can't I do it?" Ask yourself that. Why am I not? If I want to do more, be more spiritual, I have to ask myself that. I can't look at Damaris and let me try to imitate her, right? So we all have
Yep.
our space. We all have our time and our place to shine. So embrace that. I loved your message today, Damaris. Very, very
Oh,
beautiful.
you're
Very
welcome.
powerful. So I want to send a couple of more shout outs. Don't forget to share, share, share. Please share these segments. Tanya, hello to Tanya. Carlos Rivera desde Puerto Rico, saluditos. Judy is still with us. Milady, Nelson, Ana Maria, gracias. Thank you for joining us. Truly, truly appreciate it. Tonight's message is really about being still, and seeing that masculine energy is all about taking that, putting yourself in timeout, like I mentioned earlier. Put yourself in timeout, reflect. And I shared how we're so busy these days. I think we're going back into our old habits prior to COVID. So some of
Yep.
us, meaning I'll put myself out there, does not learn its lesson about slowing it down. And let me tell you, I have not been slowing it down where my body is beginning to feel it. So I can't
Yeah.
raise my right arm all the way up. And it's from stress and for the way I'm sitting in front of the computer. So I'll sit in front of the computer for at least 10 hours a day. At least 10 hours a day.
Yikes. And you
And
know,
that,
your body speaks to you, Alex, and you have to
yes.
listen to it. That's
So
part of being
let me tell
still.
you, it is screaming
Yeah.
at me. Okay. So again, I have to learn how to take that time out, put myself in time out, calm, and
Yeah.
listen. That's part what we have to do is really listen to the messages. So Damaris, thank you again for sharing that. So I'm going to share 3 ways to be still. So I did a little bit of research, and it was while I was putting this together, I was like, wow, I have to listen. I have to take my own advice. Let me put it like this.
Yeah.
So we all know especially in New York, right? When we live in New York, it's a very fast-paced world. I think when we visit, I think everybody by now might have visited Florida, right? Florida is well visited, I think, by all New Yorkers, right? When we go to Florida, we're like, oh my goodness, people move. Like we're always 100, right? So it is time for us to definitely slow it down. And by slowing it down, it doesn't mean, or by staying still, it doesn't mean that we're going to stop doing anything.
Oh
We're
no.
going to stop going to work. We're going to stop working on our goals. Absolutely not. So I shared in the beginning that I've been, really taking some time to think, reflect on my own personal life, my work, my business, my personal life. And when I start thinking, I'll be honest with you, Damaris, it is probably 90% work related. If it's not my 9 to 5, it is Flutterflies, it is Wings of Empowerment. And then the other 5%, I'm trying to squeeze in family time. I try to put
But
all the cleaning in one day. So,
what I was saying before was that you have to balance it, because if you neglect one thing, you're gonna have to come back to just
yes,
do that one thing. So it's
absolutely.
about, okay, I'm gonna take 2 days to be with the family, or you know what I mean. So
Yep.
you have to have a balance. I used to be the same way when I had the store. I used to be running to the store, or I used to do classes at the store, going back at nighttime. I wasn't really spending time at home, but COVID hit, and the universe was like, now it's like home time. And I really appreciated COVID for that. I mean, I know that there's been a lot of tragedies because of COVID, but for me, just staying at home really shifted me. It shifted me and made me, start thinking differently. And I appreciate that. COVID brought everything to a screeching halt. And we have to reflect on our lives and going
Absolutely.
forward. How is our life going to change? It can never go back to the way it used to be. It's not going to. And so what are you going to do different now? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
So when I
yeah.
was doing my research, it came across a great article, and I want to share a part of it. It says, what does being still mean? Being still doesn't mean that we have to stop doing everything physical, stop going to the gym, stop going to work, working on your goals. It does not mean that. It basically means, being still means to be still in our mind, at peace in our heart and spirit, regardless of what is going around us, what's happening.
Yeah.
It's about being still, being at peace. Being still means don't be anxious, worried, uptight, or frantic about things. Being still means to stop fighting the battles that you know you cannot win. And that hit me home, because sometimes we focus on things that we definitely know we cannot change the past, and we dwell and we keep on crying and why me, blah, blah, blah. We cannot change that. There's things in our present time that we cannot change. For example, if we have a partner and that person no longer wants to be in the relationship, it is time to let go. We cannot change that. We cannot change, a person's heart, have them love us. So it's about change, about being at peace, letting go of things we cannot control. And then guess what? Once we realize that we wasted time on things that we cannot change. We wasted time on things that are already set for us. So it's going to require, for those that, I believe in God, and many
Yeah.
of us have different forms of a higher being, right? And I respect everyone. But it's about having
Of
faith,
course.
having confidence that things are going to work out exactly the way they're supposed to. Okay. So this
Can
is
I
my
interject
I'm
1 minute?
sorry.
Can I interject 1 second?
Of course,
So
Damaris.
I love that you said that, because I read another thing the other day, and it says, we have to accept the things that we cannot change, right? And there are a lot of things we can't change, but it is time to change the things that we cannot accept. And so I love that too, because sometimes we think that we can't change something and we accept it. And but now it's time, and there's that masculine energy again. It's time to change the things that we cannot accept. And so that resonated with me so much. And again, it goes hand in hand with the masculine energy, where you can't sit and say, okay, I'm going to accept this because I can't change it. We can. There's a lot of things we can't, like if someone passed away, we can't bring them back,
Absolutely.
right? But there's a lot of things we're accepting because we're thinking we can't change it. And it's time to change the things that we can't accept. So I just wanted to interject and say that.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. So we cannot afford to sit and do nothing. So this goes with what you're saying right now.
Yes.
Worrying about a situation or stressing out over what was, right? We have to make up our mind, be still, be in our mind, heart, and spirit. And guess what? Once we realize that we be still for just a moment, whatever that moment may be. For some of us, it may be a day, a couple of hours, it may take a little bit longer. You will
Yes.
realize that everything will has worked out exactly the way it was supposed to be. Okay. I believe our history is already written. Okay. So let it be. Have confidence, believe in God, believe in that higher being. And I encourage you to stop and be still. So that is my message. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it hit home, and definitely have confidence. Confidence, because you are never ever alone. So have faith, and let me believe me, things are going to work out. So I want to read a couple of messages here. We have Ileana Fajardo.
Yes.
She says, "Yes, we have to change everything for good." I agree with Damaris. Beautiful. Um, Tanya says, "Me too." Let me just there. Me too. And you realize how short our time is on this earth. So do things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
Surround yourself with people you love, who have your back.
I
Yes.
love that.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. Aid is always also sharing that she is practicing to be still. And let me tell you, we have to take that time out just to, to be at peace
Yeah.
with each other. It's not always about, work and business.
Yeah.
We definitely have to have that balance. So
Of course.
I shared that my body is definitely feeling the effects of me being stressed, definitely overworked, being in front of a computer for about 10 days an hour. And this has been going on for about maybe 3 to 4 weeks now. So my body's screaming at me, I need to relax. I need to take some
Yeah.
time out. So Aid is telling me use Deep Blue. So for those doTERRA lovers,
Yes.
I am using Deep Blue, but it's a lot more right now. You know, I use Deep Blue. It's like I love Deep Blue. I use that on my knees. Let me tell you, that's my go-to. But my stuff is definitely more. There's a lot more going on in my body right now. So Damaris, with this all this
Yes.
topic about being still and taking time to meditate and that masculine energy, what topic for those essential oil lovers? What oil do you think you can recommend?
So breathe is a wonderful one, and I think you had suggested that one. So breathe on an emotional level. Breathe says take a breather, take a moment to breathe. If you forget to breathe, you die, right? So your breath is your life. And when we're running around going crazy, you're not breathing correctly. Your rhythm is off. And so breathe is an oil that you can put on your chest. You can put it in, on the palm of your hands and rub your hands together and smell it. You can even go like this and get it in the space so other people can also breathe it in. It works that way too. You become a human diffuser when you do that. And so, definitely, breathe is an oil that we can use to take a moment to remember to breathe and to connect with God, because God is connected to that breath. So, and without your breath, you die. So, and then there's nothing to achieve, right? So we definitely need that moment, and we need that space. And especially when we get upset, you go outside, you put the breathe, you inhale it, you put it in the space, and you take that moment to just say everything is good. and then you go back into whatever situation, and then you deal with the situation with, a peaceful mind, right? Even if it's for 10 minutes. You know what I mean?
And let
So,
me tell
yeah,
you,
I would say breathe.
breathe is one of my favorites. And so we have Tanya here asking stronger.
Something stronger?
Um, let's ask Tanya that. What do you mean by stronger? There is an oil. One of the
Yeah,
kids'
from the
oils
kids
is stronger.
collection, right?
I'm sorry?
Stronger? Yeah,
Yes.
from the kids collection.
Yes, the kids.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So maybe she means that one.
yes, I'm assuming that's the one
Yeah.
she's
Hmm.
mentioning. Um, so
Yes, the
Damaris,
same thing, right?
final. Yep, Tanya's saying the blend. Okay, beautiful. So Damaris,
Yes.
final words for our beautiful viewers.
Final words. Let me see. Again, I'm gonna go with the fight or flight kind of syndrome. Whatever it is you're fighting for, whether it's your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your purpose, if you don't fight for it, it's going to wither away. So it is a time to fight again, not fight literally with someone. That's not what I mean. Fight for what you want. Fight for what you came here for. And don't sit idle. Yes, we have to sit still and meditate and receive those intuitions. We have to receive that download, but then get up and go for it. Be the lion, right? Like I was saying before. And go for your dreams, because time is of the essence. Like Tanya was saying, our time here is short. If you don't do it now, when will you do it? If you're not gonna go after your dreams, who's gonna do it for you? So you got to do it, and you got to do it now. Fight for your dreams, get up and go for it. So that's my last message.
Beautiful, beautiful. And my message is put yourself in timeout. Whatever that timeout is, 5 minutes, an hour, a day, a whole weekend, whatever that is, but not too long. Okay, you gotta get back to work and get things going, all right? But put yourself in timeout, reflect, take time for self-care, and have
Yeah.
confidence that things will definitely work out. So, Damaris, once again, I thank you for joining me. This
Thank
is always
you.
a blast. I always have a great time. I hope our viewers enjoyed it, and we will do this again next month. To everybody,
Yes.
have a great, great night.
Have a good night.